Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the special edition of 3 Minutes to Midnight. My name is Lori Alexander, joined by Robbie D. Hey, Rob.
Hey, how you doing? You good?
Doing good. Good. We want to welcome everybody to this Monday afternoon here. We've been keeping an eye out. Today is the electoral vote for the presidency, so we've been keeping an eye out on something that could possibly be that false flag deterrent distraction. And I think we found it, huh, Rob?
We did, yeah.
Yes. If you guys have been following the news in the last 24 hours, we have a couple breaking news stories. A Russian aircraft went down in Siberia overnight, and there was no casualties on that one. I did think that was going to be the distraction, but within the last half an hour, we have breaking news that Russia's ambassador to Turkey was assassinated in Ankara. And yeah, what do you think about that, Rob?
Wow, it's a big deal. It is a big deal because it's an ambassador. If anything ever happens to an ambassador of any country, yeah, it is considered a big deal. It's almost on par as if a politician or a president is harmed in some way. Yeah, it is a big deal.
Big deal.
Now, the involved is Andrei Kartov. He's 62, Russian ambassador to Turkey. He's been a Russian ambassador to Turkey since 2013, and he joined the diplomatic service in 1976.
Yeah, let me just pull up so I can do a screen share for everybody, so we can. We also have video of it. I'm going to warn you guys ahead of time that it does show assassination. But it says here, Russia's ambassador to Turkey assassinated in Ankara. Russia's ambassador to Turkey was assassinated in an art exhibition in Ankara on Monday after the gunman shouted, "Do not forget Aleppo," and he opened fire. The shooting of Ambassador Andrei Karlov was captured on video. Russia's foreign ministry described it as, quote, a terror attack. Russia has been instrumental in helping Syrian President Bashar al-Assad's regime in its push to retake the eastern sector of Aleppo, which had been held by rebels for nearly 4 years. We're currently in contact with Turkish authorities who are assuring us that through a thorough and comprehensive investigation will be conducted. Foreign Ministry spokesman Maria Zakharova said in remarks broadcast on Russian television, quote unquote, "Murderers will be punished, terrorism won't sustain, and we will fight it." Here's what we know right now. Karlov was given a speech at the opening ceremony of a photo exhibit when a gunman opened fire. Images of the scene showed a body on the ground as a man with a pistol stood nearby. In a video circulated on social media that shows the shooting, the gunman is heard shouting, "Allah Akbar, God is great. Do not forget Aleppo. Do not forget Syria. Do not forget Aleppo. Do not forget Syria. Get back, get back." The man can be heard shouting in Turkish as he waves the gun. "Only death will remove me from here. Everyone who has taken part in this oppression will one by one pay for it," he said. The strong shooting occurred a day before diplomats from Turkey, Iran, and Russia are scheduled to meet in Moscow to discuss the situation in the besieged Syrian city of Aleppo. Authorities haven't said who they believe was responsible for the attack. Turkey's official Anadolu's news agency reported that the gunman had been neutralized, but it was not immediately clear whether the attacker was killed or captured by police.
Yeah, I just watched a few seconds of RT, and they said that the gunman had been shot dead.
They did say that. Okay.
Yeah, I think you're going to get a more reliable source on the RT website. To be honest, I wouldn't trust CNN's reliability to tell us about the next flavor of ice cream. But there you go. That's what happens when you get onto fake news, I suppose.
Right. See if I can pull up the video from RT.
Yeah, I did also notice while I was on there that there's a lockdown situation occurring in Brussels right now as we speak, or in Belgium, yeah. So that
Okay.
seems to be developing.
Okay, I'm going to play it on my big computer. I don't have sound, so
Yes.
but it'll play it a lot.
Yep.
Excuse me, a lot smoother playing it this way. Hold on a second.
Nothing like a nice bit of internet lag.
Yeah, I'm having internet problems here for the most part. Hold on a second. Let me.
I think the world's going back to dial-up.
Seriously, I'm telling you, poor Damien last night. If you guys caught Damien Minard's attempt, poor guy, trying to broadcast last night, it was just horrible. And hold on a second. Here we go. I've got it right here. Okay. So this doesn't have sound, but it's raw footage right here that shows the shooting. And there's the gunman right there. He's shooting Allah Akbar. Don't forget Aleppo. Don't forget Syria. Have neutralized the situation, and the gunman is now dead, correct?
Correct.
Now, this doesn't really come as a surprise.
No.
We've been watching this area for quite some time. We know that China's now moving ICBM missiles into the area. We know that tensions are rising in Turkey. You guys have known for watching us for any length of time. You know that we've been warning you guys about Turkey. We have had our eye on this neck of the woods for quite some time.
Well, it's the focal point to everything, really. If World War III was ever to start, it will start in that region.
Well, yeah, I mean, we've been seeing this now. We saw the lame attempt at the Obama administration and the Hillary Clinton camp trying to say that Russia has hacked into and had influenced the elections, and we know darn well that that's not even true. We know that the DHS and the Hillary camp are the ones that did this. I mean, here's the thing: is we know that it's capable for other countries to influence elections. We know this because Obama did it over in Israel.
Didn't America get them influence a Russian election about 20 years ago, and nobody talked about it?
Nobody talks about that. Nobody talks about the fact that Netanyahu got reelected by the help of Obama. So I mean, it's not above stating this. But here's the thing: if Putin had this power, or if he even wanted to do this, do you think we'd have 8 years of Obama?
Exactly. It's such a game, isn't it? It's such a game.
It is. It is.
Yep.
So while this is taking place, our attention has been taken off what is happening right now.
The Electoral College.
The Electoral College.
Yeah.
Yeah. The vote is being taken right now as we speak. But here's the thing. The results will not be even out publicly until January 6th. So even whatever happens today, nobody's going to know the results of it.
No. It's going to be so much speculation over the next several weeks.
Exactly.
It's going to be fun to watch.
Exactly.
But the thing is, here's the thing. You've got to remember that only 6% of America actually trust anything that the media says, right? They're not going to believe anything. They don't believe it now. The mainstream media is on its last legs, really, for credibility. It is done.
Which is why the crackdown on the alternative news media is starting to happen. And we're seeing it more and more every single day. We're seeing it on Facebook. We're seeing it here on YouTube. You know, so we're seeing it quite a number of places.
Yeah. Well, labeling us the alternative media, which is absolutely beyond any shadow of a doubt. You know, the most reliable source to get news from now. You know, it's their last throw of the dice to label it fake news. They've got nothing else left. There's nothing else. And to say that Russia did this, Russia ate my homework, Russia collapsed my ceiling, Russia collapsed my ceiling, Russia ripped up my toilet paper. Yeah, Russia did this, and Russia. I mean, we've had it for 2 years, right? Or
yeah.
more. Yeah. But now it's got to the point where it's ridiculous. Yeah, we know why Hillary lost the election, because nobody wanted to. Nobody was turning up to see her. Nobody likes her. Nobody likes the DNC. Yeah, they've been proven time and time again to be corrupt. I mean, both sides are corrupt, but they go beyond the pale, right? And the American public, as stupid as they are slowly waking up out of their zombified coma because of the actions of the media.
Exactly.
You know, you can only tell a lie for so long before people actually start. Well, nah, something's not right. You know, what are you chatting about? You know, do you think that there was only a certain amount of people that saw WikiLeaks emails, saw the correct, or people got social media.
Well, you know, the mass majority of the populace didn't even care about those emails. I think it's only us that are in the truth movement, that are in the alternative news media, even gave it a second thought. You know, because I mean, or even decided to. You know, I mean, here's the thing: is the American people, the world population, I should say, not even just the American people, but the world population, indoctrinated and so brainwashed into thinking that
it's basically what I was discussing before the show about the false paradigm of the duality of choice that's been given to the world. And I made a good analogy to the new film Rogue One, Star Wars, the new Star Wars film. You know, it's an indoctrination process that has been given to us. We've been given false hope, false choices, false news, false everything, and the world is asleep believing that this is the only choices that we've got. And this is why many people out there do not believe the actual truth of the world, including the scriptures. They don't want to go there because they don't believe, they think that everything that is in the world is the truth, and it's not. But that's a discussion for another day.
Right. Yeah. And it's we're going to be actually talking with tonight. I believe tonight I have to talk to him a little bit more, but Jeff Norton from the Midnight Ocean is going to come out and talk to us tonight at 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock Eastern time. He's going to come on and he wants to talk to us about this fake news in alternative media. And he also wants to talk about what's going on in the tech world and as far as protecting ourselves against, what's coming.
Yeah. It's a discussion that needs to be had time and time again. Time and time again.
Yeah.
People are starting to fall asleep at the wheel.
Exactly. It's time for people to wake up and to do their own due diligence. As I was reading in the chat room, Julie asked, if the electoral vote is what matters, then why even have us vote? And, if you guys follow us, we've been saying straight from however long, that we are given the illusion of choice. If voting mattered, we wouldn't be allowed to do it. Same thing with everything else. If anything mattered, we wouldn't be allowed. We are given that illusion of choice. We're given that illusion of freedom. We're still in a cage, but our border, the sides of our walls of our cage are just a little bit further. There was an experiment, or there was an article that I read years and years ago. It was about a mouse. And if you put him in a cage, like a 2x2 cage, going around the perimeter, and he'll get very stressed out. He gets very, nervous and stuff because he only sees this perimeter around it. And he'll check it constantly to see if there's been a way that he can get out. And if you take him, you put him into a bigger box, he does the same thing because he can still see the borders. He can still see the walls. And then if you put him in a bigger box, he still does it because he could still see the walls. But if you put him in a field where he can't see the fence, he becomes relaxed. He becomes complacent. He becomes, he doesn't go around. He doesn't look for ways out. He's relaxed in that cage, and that's the way we are as this world. We have walls up where we can't go, but because we're so complacent in our little spaces that it doesn't bother us anymore.
It's the same with ants as well. I've seen a video of an ant crawling around. A guy takes a black marker and draws a circle around him. Right? He ain't coming out of it because he thinks there's a barrier. Right? There's nothing there. It's, and that's exactly how we are as peoples.
Yeah.
The sheeple.
Same thing.
Sheeple.
Yeah. So we are going to actually keep an eye on this situation. This is definitely going to be interesting on how Vladimir Putin reacts to this.
And he will react to it.
Oh, and he will react to it. Absolutely.
You can
and this, guys, this is brand new. This happened within the last hour. So, we are going to have to sit back and we're going to have to wait.
We got breaking. Truck plows into Christmas market in Berlin, injuring several people, reports. Now, is that real or is it not? Because this reminds me.
Yeah, I mean, we got to ask these questions today because we know that there's going to be distractions from the real thing, and that is, what is happening with the Electoral College.
Well, this just reminds me of a couple of years ago when a dustbin truck, a trash truck, crashed into some people in Glasgow on, I think it was Christmas Eve a couple of years ago. It was proved to be a false. It was proved to be a false flag. Yeah, that nobody died.
Right.
That it was staged. Yeah, it was a staged event. It was a distraction. Yeah, it was proven that nobody died in it. That it was all fake. Right. We have got.
Yeah, we pulled that. We proved that quite early on in the investigation.
Yeah, and there's no reason. I mean, there's no reason not to believe that you're going to get events like this all the time. Yeah, fake. This is the real fake news, right? The situations that arise, that are life-threatening situations that turn out to be crisis-acting events, right? Even small things that you won't think that, oh well, that could be real. Yeah, they turn out to be completely, utterly BS. So we have to be on our guard. We have to use our discernment in these matters. At the end of the day, this event now with the shooting, at the end of the day, it could be a staged event. We don't know, right?
Yeah, we don't know. Like I said, this just happened. It's early on in the investigation. We're going to take a look at the footage when we come off the air here. We're going to take a look at the footage. We're going to take a look at the information that's being poured in. We're going to examine it. And we're going to, make the assessment as to, what, oops, sorry, guys, it's my coffee cup. We're going to, where this stands. Because this does have very serious ramifications, implications as
Yep.
to if this is a real event. You know, I mean, Putin is not, how much more is Putin really going to take? Seriously, I got to tell you something. Yeah, and please don't think that I'm, you know, oh, I just love Putin. But this man has the patience of a saint when it comes to the free world.
Yeah. Well, he does for the controlled opposition, false paradigm to the point. You know, at the end of the day, we're only human, or we're only people.
Right.
You know, we do have emotions. You know.
Yes, we do, as much as we try to keep them under check, but we really do.
Yeah.
We do have emotions. And, you know, here's the thing, guys. Like I said, it's early on in the investigation. We're going to keep an eye on it, probably updating you throughout the day. But I just wanted to come on and I wanted to let you know. Yeah, Danny is in the chat room. Danny, yes, the shooter was supposedly a Turkish police officer. We already do know that. I'm sorry, I thought I did say that. Yeah, the shooter was said to be a Turkish police officer. We don't know. Like I said, early on in the investigation, we don't know too much. I don't want to put any disinformation out there. I don't want to put anything that's not true out there. So, you know, we're just going to cut back on what we say on it until we're sure. And we're going to update you throughout the day. We'll be back.
We'll assume it's real until we find something otherwise that indicates that there's something iffy with it.
Exactly.
But we don't. So, yeah, but we still, you know, we still have to report it because it's an event.
Exactly.
Right.
So, again, we just want to reiterate that the Russian ambassador to Turkey dies after being gunned down in an attack in Ankara. The shooter is reportedly a police officer. We don't know. We can't confirm that at this time. But he has supposedly been killed himself. Again, we don't know if this is true yet. Okay, we're going to look into that.
But
so,
if it turns out later on down the road that he's seen out having dinner with Joan Rivers, we'll let you know. Yeah,
right.
Because it's now reported that she's still alive. She's had a bit of surgery. Yeah, but we already said a long time ago that she wasn't dead. Right, that she was actually seen in a restaurant in LA eating dinner. Somebody recognized hearing her voice because she's unmistakable. Right. Just remember, the world that we live in is complete false narratives and false flags and just bull BS non-stop. You know, we are being played. We are being played seriously on all kinds of levels. So, you know, all you people out there that are listening tonight, yeah, do your due diligence. See what you pull up. See what you find about this shooting. Look at the videos. See who's involved. See if there's any numerology involved, any numbers. You know, because you know they like to go with the numbers, whatnot. And yeah, keep your eyes peeled.
Keep your eyes peeled. Absolutely, absolutely. So, again, we're going to be back throughout the day. We're going to be reporting on this. We're going to give you guys updates. We're going to be back tonight, as far as I know, tentatively with from the Midnight Ocean. His show is right now is on hiatus. He approached me and asked if he could come on and do a show with us. Absolutely. And we're going to talk about the fake news, mainstream, or fake news, alternative media, and what effect that's going to have on us. And also, he's going to talk some techie with us, some technical that you can do to protect your computer and stuff like that. So he's going to talk about that. So, yeah.
Brilliant.
So I do want to share something with everybody. Did you see my post yesterday, Robbie?
Which post?
I was asked to start being a contributor to socialmediamorning.com.
I did, yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I'm actually working on my first article right now.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So we'll see.
They're paying you a minted lamb.
Hold on a second. Somebody just put something up in the chat room. I want to check something. Debbie. What does he have to say about it?
Also, not breaking. It's been 1802, so it was an hour and a bit ago. Brussels police carry out security operation in Schuurbeek. Schuurbeek area of Brussels was reportedly on lockdown for a period this evening as police carried out a security operation. Yeah.
Right.
Always goes back to Brussels.
Right.
Belgium.
I'm not seeing that, Debbie. I'll look closer at it. To try to do that. So, anyways, okay. So until we come back next time, and we will be back probably in a couple of hours, as soon as we take a chance to look at the footage. Like I said, this was just breaking news. I'm gonna put this up on the screen for you guys. Here you can see, oops. I'm considered one of their authors. Here's the site right here. I'll put it up in the chat room for you guys so you guys can take a look at the website and hopefully use it. I've been following these guys for a while, and they got some really good articles here. So go ahead and
check it out.
Check it out. So, all right, guys, we'll be back in a couple of hours.